Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. We are replaying the game all the way through. I am in Chapter 1. I've done 3 missions. I'm a little frustrated because I don't have access to Rome, and a lot of the collectibles are not there yet. I don't know when they're triggered. There is a little bit of information about that online, but I didn't spend very much time investigating that. It'll happen when it happens, but my favorite part of the game is when I can start wandering and finding stuff. So I need to trigger
here, Mr. Morgan.
this next mission. And this is,
We're okay.
because we're short on food, he's going to send me, The Aftermath of Genesis is the name of this one. He's going to send me for food, I believe.
When I was in the Navy.
I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr.
And we'll go ahead and skip the chit-chat and get right back out. We're going to follow Charles, and he's going to teach me how to do some hunting. I've got 22 arrows, so I assume he's going to give me a bow. I don't think I have a bow.
How are you holding up, Charles? I'm okay, apart from this hand. Stupid mistake. Still bad? It'll be fine in a day or two. I just can't pull a bow right now. Sure hope I can. Never really got the hang of it.
And this
You'll be fine.
this chit-chat I can't skip. There is no fast forward on this stuff. You have to ride your horse, and you have
There's
to
meat up here for sure. Pearson doesn't know what he's talking about. Now the
just have to
weather's
go
eased up a
along
bit,
for the
we'll be
ride.
needing to feed.
So there's a lot of story, a lot of deep story behind the game. If you haven't played it, definitely worth listening and understanding what the history is and all the character relationships and connections here and there. There's a lot. They put a lot of thought into the game. So this is Arthur Morgan. That's you. You're the main character, and then there's another character named John Marston. Seems to be kind of they're on the same team. They're on the same gang, but they're a little bit of hard feelings or a feud between them slightly. And what it is, they were both kids with a pretty rough childhood, didn't really have parents, and they were kind of raised by Dutch Vanderland, who's the leader of this gang. So both of them. So they're kind of raised as brothers, even though they're not. And John Marston did a few things that Arthur didn't agree with. Not going to get into that. Kind of a side story, but they're back together. They're back working together again, and part of the gang. Arthur had a wife and a child, but they were both killed by some robbers who only got $10 from their home. And so he is pretty bitter about relationships and about life in general. He also realizes that the life of a outlaw has very negative consequences. He realizes that. All right, so he's teaching me, he's talking to me a little bit about hunting, about how to track, how to lay low, how to be downwind and not upwind.
Hey, stop here a second. I see something.
Or is it the other way around? Upwind but not downwind. So we're looking for deer. He's looking for tracks.
There's deer been here.
So here's the tracks he's looking at.
How can you tell? How can you not? We'll track them on foot. You're gonna need the bow. Don't leave it on your horse. The gun will scare everything around.
Okay, so we have a bow on our horse, and he's saying okay, let me see if I can do this better than I did it before. So it's it's basically your left button. You go to your saddle, and then you can right trigger to rotate through. Choose your bow. All right, that's that. So a gun would scare
Move quietly and
everything away. So we are going to crouch. I'm going to follow his lead. He's my guide.
See the tracks?
I think so. Maybe not.
Focus.
All right, so he's teaching me to focus, which is left stick and right stick
What are you
at
waiting for?
the same time, like this. So that basically, and then right button. So there's always just so much, right? So that is how you focus on the track. And that's called Eagle Eye.
Here's where something comes over me and I decide
So if
maybe
you
I
lose,
should just change the whole storyline. I'll
if
shoot
you
Micah
lose
in the
sight
back
of
right
that
here and then
path
take out Dutch, and then I'll be
of
the
the
leader.
tracks.
So I shoot
The Eagle
Micah,
Eye
although
will
it
show
doesn't
you
work.
everything goes
Then the
kinda
battle
slow.
begins. They shoot at
It's
Dutch
just
and
kinda
almost
his
hit him.
ability
I
to
aim at his
focus
back
and
here
track
in a
animals.
moment, but
And
realize I
you
can't
can
kill my own guys at this point.
improve and
the battle
increase your
is on.
ability to do that as you get better at the game. Right now I can see this track's just fine. I want to go slow. But I also don't want to scare the animals away. So you will use this when you hit RB, it focuses more on the track. So it says it's an unknown animal, so that means it's not in my compendium yet, my encyclopedia of animals. So you can see right here, that track seems to disappear. And maybe they went down in the water, maybe they went through the weeds. So this is, and you can see that's exactly what they did. So, and you can see there's a gauge in the lower right corner. It's telling me that the bar in the lower right corner shows me how long I can track the animal using that skill. And if you look ahead, it looks like we have a deer. Oh, want to make sure he doesn't see us or hear us. I might want to get between those trees or behind a tree. Right here is great. So I don't know if I need to stop tracking.
Wait, look.
Yeah,
There they are.
I did. So hold LT, so left trigger to ready an arrow. And
Aim for their head or
it
neck.
says I should call the deer.
Clean kill. Get good tension on the
The
string.
further you draw the string back, the more damage your arrow will.
Overdo it.
I didn't catch that, but okay. That's a pretty good shot right there.
Before they move.
I'm supposed to call it, though? I don't know if I need to call it. I think I could just shoot it.
Good shot.
Well, that's what I thought.
Try for another.
That was a fairly easy one. So let's look for another. I think we need to hunt two. I see a track up there too. Oh, that's the deer. So the paw print on the map is a carcass. Let's go ahead and use our, see where we're headed. It's not very strong, so I assume that means further away. We'll save some of that. Save some of that dead eye for when we get a little bit closer. And I think I can skin it as well. Not sure if I want to do that now. Probably not. Assume we'll do that afterwards. Oh, there's the other deer right there. So, oh, there's two deer. Probably should get across the water. Now, if you like hunting, you know, there are entire games based on hunting. This game has so much to it, including hunting. And you could just be a hunter in this game and be happy. All right, so he can probably, I can probably get a little closer behind this tree. But if I get much closer, he'll smell me, hear me, or see me. There's one, he's behind the tree. That one seemed to be, that should be a good shot if I, ooh. Okay, so how do I, left, there we go. I'm not a hunter, so I don't know the the best way to do this, but I'm thinking a broadside instead of a backside would be good, and probably a heart shot, not a head shot. Let's see if we can take him down. Okay, good. That'll scare off the other. Whoa, is that him? Okay, I need to hurry. I know that. I know enough about hunting to know that you don't leave an injured animal behind. Uh-oh. Where is he?
Finish it with your knife.
Okay, he's right there. So put him out of his misery. Knife.
Come on, Arthur. End it.
That's what I'm trying to do. Come on. Dude, put the poor thing out of its misery. I thought a knife was the way to go. Maybe it's not.
She's in pain.
Okay, okay. Oh, kill? It said X. I thought... Okay. So there was a special button. You hit X to kill. I gotcha. I want to put it out of its misery. So he's teaching you that in this level. Again, so the white-tailed deer was added to our compendium.
Sure your hands okay?
Tracks what you have discovered in the world. It can be accessed in the progress section of the menu. So, all right, whistle for the horse so the horse can come. Now that, I believe, is a new skill. So you really have to go through the missions. I have not been able to whistle for my horse up until now. And so you can kind of see, here comes my horse. And you can see Charles, I believe was his name. He's got the other deer. My horse, come on. Let's go, horsey, horsey. There he is. Coming around the corner, approach the back of your horse. I'm sure press X to stow. All right, we've got some fresh meat for the camp, which is going to really be helpful. And that was a pretty successful hunt. I do not think you can get a kill shot
Ready to head
on the
back when
second
you are.
on the second deer. Pretty sure that the message, the lesson is to the lesson is
Nice
to
work, Arthur. Should be
make
enough
sure
meat here to
you
keep us all fed for a few days.
kill your the animal you're hunting and
I knew you'd be okay with
avoid
that bow.
It's
as much
easier
suffering
when
as
they ain't
possible.
shooting back.
And that should be something that makes your honor go up.
Considering how things were looking a couple of days back, well, maybe our luck's finally on the turn.
I think that's about it for the mission, but I don't quite remember. Like I said, it's been
Soon,
a year,
people are
maybe
still
two.
weak, and, well, you've seen
I
how
don't
slow
remember
these
when the last time I
fighters
played
are.
this game is.
They ain't gonna
I've been
know
saying a
until
year
it gets
ago, but I have a
soft.
kind of a feeling it was
You're probably right.
during COVID. So
And
that was
even if
4
we
years
do get
ago.
off
I don't know if it was
What then?
exactly
Still
during
have a big
COVID,
price on our heads.
but
This is a big
shortly
country.
after. So it's maybe
We'll
been
find somewhere to
more
lie
like 2
low.
or 3 years
Dutch and
since I've
Jose
played.
know
But it's
how
all
to
right. It's all
play.
coming back. I'm slowly getting used to the controls. I'm not ever great at remembering
Notice how
what the
Pearson's had a
controls
bottle
are,
in his
and
hand ever since we
a
fled
lot of times
Blackwall.
I'll shoot people in the leg by accident
Grab the essentials and
because
go.
I'm just
And
fumbling
he
around
doesn't
for the
even
right
bring a
button for
crumb.
something. I
Good
probably
that we
should
caught
make a
more than
little
one. We've only been up
diagram
here a
and
few days and have already
tape it
picked
to
up
my
2 more
monitor.
mouths to feed.
One more. We ain't feeding the O'Driscoll a damn thing.
the
Except maybe
the
that
worst kind of
can
game
assaulted
that I
awful Pearson
am
was kind enough to give us.
the type of game that I'm worst
She has
at
a wild look
is
in
like
her eye.
Madden football games where
course.
you have to hit like 4 or 5 key combinations for certain plays and you have to remember all the plays and bring up plays, defense and offense, and soccer is not much better because there's so many different skill combinations with keys. Now I just need to keep it simple.
Well, I know who my money's on in that fight.
You know, I grew up with
That
Atari's,
makes him much more useful.
Commodore
Maybe we can
64s,
get to them before they
you know,
get to
simple
us.
controllers where
What
it's
is
pretty
it with
much
the
a button.
O'Driscolls?
So,
dealt with
and
them?
going to Pojo's
I
local
suppose.
arcade
Hell, we ain't run
here
into
in
them much
town
the last 6
and
months.
plugging a quarter in, well, nickel,
I
used to be a
guess
nickel,
because they've been over this way.
or a couple nickels,
Yeah. I've heard a lot
and
of talk about 'em.
Well,
maybe having 2 buttons to press,
we've been
one for
scrapping over
shoot,
scores
one for
with them
jump,
for years.
and then a joystick. So
Big
simple,
game.
simple
That's
controls, and
something.
they've gotten a lot more
Their leader, Combe, and Dutch go
complicated.
way back. And not in a good way. A proper.
Oh, that is a
blood
bear.
Watch out. Bear up ahead.
Okay.
Let's see if
Now,
we can find another way around.
probably should. Let me think how I do this. I want to make sure I have a rifle out just in case, but I do not think we want to deal with a grizzly bear.
Spring storms like this.
And
are
I
the
do
worst
think I
for a
read somewhere
motorcycle
online
owner.
that you cannot survive this. So I think the lesson is we go around. I don't remember if that's. I don't quite remember if that's true. It's just something in the back of my head says, "Don't try to kill the bear." So
Cut up here.
he's right there in the trees. I mean, I'd like to add him to my compendium. So I wonder if I can focus on him. Let's see. Focus on. I mean, I see him, but I don't remember that. How you. I think for now we'll just not get his attention. Oh, the bear is spooked. The bear has spooked your horse. Hold LS to calm it. So there's another example of a. Yeah, that bear is huge. Let's just go. Another example of a button I don't remember. I don't remember LS is calm the horse when you're on a horse.
We ain't ever talked that much, you and me. How long you been with us now? 5, 6 months?
Something like that.
Bet you didn't expect this.
So a little more
What?
chit chat. You get some story between these two.
Blackwater mess. Being up here?
Talking about the mess that they're in, the situation they're in as outlaws
Nature of life.
running,
I just thought you might
For their
have moved
lives.
on by now.
trying to survive.
You want me to move on?
No, not at all. I know you could run it alone, no problem.
I did that for a long time. I'm done with it. Always wondering if someone's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I still wonder that most nights.
I reckon you're okay. This suits me. Sure, I could fall in with another gang, but Dutch. You know, Dutch is different.
Oh yes, Dutch is certainly different.
He treats me fair. Most of you do. And for a fellow with a black father and an Indian mother, that ain't normally the case.
Well, we need you now. More than ever.
Good. And how long have you been with these boys? Why ain't you run off?
Me? Oh, 20 years, something like that. Since I was a boy.
20 years?
Yeah. He taught me to read. John, too. Taught me a few other things, him and Hosea.
I'm sure.
Dutch saved me.
So he's saying that he's been with Arthur has been with the gang with Dutch for 20 years since he was a child. So pretty much his family. And Charles, he's saying, Charles, why don't you just go off, leave, go off on your own? You're
All right.
obviously capable.
I'll do for now.
And Charles says everybody treats me fair, and he's done
She's a strong one.
being on his own,
It's been
and he
as
likes
hard on
being
the
with the
horses
group.
as on the rest of us. I don't know what Dutch would do if something happened to the Count.
Same with Bill and Brown Jack. He's a drunk, miserable bastard, but he loves that horse.
I hope they all make it.
I tried to ride the Count once. Bucked me faster than a bull. Won't take nobody but him.
So every chapter has, requirements for a gold, silver, or bronze medal. I've decided not to worry too much about that. But I think I've been getting bronze, so like third place on everything, and maybe I will get better. Hold X to remove the deer.
How to use the bow properly.
I only showed you a little. Takes a lifetime of practice to master.
But I think for this one, it was something about quick kills or headshots or something, and I'll be curious. I'm expecting another bronze, but I don't care. Drop. Okay.
Just drop it down in here.
Just drop it down in there. Okay. Drop it. Drop. Hold X to drop.
What a surprise. Find a camp rat loitering around in the kitchen.
Is that any way to greet an old friend? I feel like we haven't spoken for days.
I do my utmost to avoid you.
He loves me, really. It's his sad way of showing affection.
No, it isn't. Now shoot, get lost.
Well, see you gents later.
See, you got on just fine. Charles is a wonder.
Have a drink, boys.
You earned it. Jesus, what is that? Navy rum, sir. It's the only thing. The only thing. Keeps you sane, it does. Yes. Seems to have done a treat on you. You go rest that hand, Charles.
I'll be fine in a few days.
You mind helping me with the skinning, Mr. Morgan? It's easier if we do it together. Do I get to skin you?
So I think what we learned here is how to skin an animal.
Come on.
This really isn't a job for a man with a
Again,
burn
more
hand.
tutorial
See you
early
both
on
later.
in the game,
You skin that
which you
one
need.
dumped on the floor there.
So much to learn, but I think it's just why, and he does it. I mean, that's not complicated in this case. So he will skin the animal, and you end up with meat
Not
as
too bad,
well
Mr.
as a hide.
Yeah. They always said you were a butcher. You know, you could trade these or sell these in pretty much any town if you're looking to make a legitimate bit of money.
And
of
what you
course.
learn from
Right
him
now, I'm just
is you
looking
can
up
sell
mountain
or
away.
trade
Well, if you catch anything else,
the
you bring it to me.
skin
Sure.
of
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
the animals that you hunt.
Arthur Morgan's first decent bit of hunting. After all
What I
these
think is
years.
cool in the game is
We're on the run now. Everyone's got to do their bit to survive.
the better you
Just make a good
hunt,
stew
the
for
more
Peter.
valuable the carcass, the
Tough
skin.
few days.
So, you know, not any bullet holes in the skin. If you use the correct, you have unlocked the Master Hunter Challenge. Okay. A few days later, anyway, you need to know what weapon to use on which animal and how to get the best shot.
Dutch being Dutch, he is busy making plans, and Dutch being Dutch, those plans involve robbery and dreams.
All right, so who the heck is Leviticus
I
Cornwall?
thought you was reading
That's
his
the
last
next
rites.
chapter.
Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend. You're still
Seems
here,
like
then?
Arthur's not super close to
Oh, yeah.
anybody. A little bit. People don't
you'll pay
really respect him at this
For
point.
the moment.
Seems like, or he doesn't respect them.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but look at you.
I was always ugly, Dutch. It's just a scratch.
Don't lie still, son.
So that's John Marston with the wolf attack,
The boy wanted to see you,
scratches on his face.
You see me now. Or what's left of me. What about you?
John. Guess I was hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your
So
time.
that is his wife, I believe, and his son
Man,
Jack.
John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it. Now, railway men. Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower. Just
So
before
this is the
tunnel.
big
Why are we doing this? Weather's breaking. We could leave. I thought
rob
we
the
was lying
train
low.
mission.
What do you want
And the
from
weather
me,
is
Hosea?
getting better,
just
and they're
don't want
wondering
any
why
more folks to
they don't
die,
just
Dutch.
take off.
We're living, Hosea. We're living. Look at me. We're living. Even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the
I
plan.
can
which was to
skip
lie
this,
low
but I
and
do
get
want to
back
kind of
out
pick up on the
west.
story again.
Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Leviticus Cornwall's no joke, Dutch.
Who is Leviticus Cornwall?
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him. Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob.
All right, so Leviticus Cornwall, very wealthy man who has trains and oil companies, etc., etc. Master Hunter 1, one of 3 deer skinned. And we'll end there, and we'll do this big train mission in the next episode. It could be kind of hairy. So I think we'll call it good. So I'll catch you next time. For now, Mr. Johns is out.